Hello friends, welcome to my last and final tutorial on modeling screw heads. So you can see in this picture I have demonstrated the type of heads that we'll learn how to do it. This type of simple head I already covered in my previous two tutorials. If you haven't followed those, the link will be provided somewhere here and you can follow it from there. So first we'll start modeling this plus kind of groove on the drive or head of the screw. Then I will try to show you how to do it on a curved surface. For each of the modeling practice, the approach will be a bit different. So let's jump to Blender. So as you can see, this is the model, right? What we did in last tutorial. Also, before we go with that approach for modeling different kind of head, I would like to give you two exercise. So as you can see, before I go there, let me enable the screencast key. Here you can see this is the one what we modeled. Here is the version on which I was working. So I don't know if, because as I see my recent views on YouTube is very low. I'm talking to the future viewer who will be looking into this tutorial, and this exercise is for them. So if you are still with me, look what I did. This transition is abrupt. Here the transition is very smooth, which I did recently. Okay, that is one challenge you need to do. Hints, I haven't done it by manually tweaking each scaling of each of the thing. Okay, I used some Blender's internal feature to do that. Similarly, for the lower part, here also you can see the transition is very smooth. Okay, not like here where it is almost blunt. If you look at a real life screw, you will see it remains sharp throughout its path along the shaft. Another thing is that you can see this smoothness, it is pretty smooth here, right? But here it is very sharp. So these two assignments I am giving to you, my future viewer. If you come across, just tag me, let me know how you solved it. Maybe we can share some more knowledge. Maybe you can share some better approach than what I did, and if I come across, I'll be happy to share my approach, how I did it. Okay, so this one, let me hide from this view. I have already created a collection for day 3, and for the day 3, let me just duplicate this thing, move it along the x-axis, and let me press M and move it to the day 3 collection. M is a shortcut to moving to one collection to another. If you want, you can just drag it, that will also work. Okay, now as I showed in this picture, I will be modeling this plus shaped groove inside the head. How to do that? Before doing that, I need to remove the old one. So let me disable the subdivision surface. After the modeling is done, then I will enable it. Let me go to and press Alt Z to enable the X-ray vision. Alternatively, you can do it from here, toggle X-ray view. I will just box select this area and remove it. For this exercise, we don't need to make it exactly like that. We are here to learn. So I'll just press extrude Z and scale it along this. I think that is sufficiently close to what we want. And now let me disable that toggle X-ray and extrude this thing a little bit. Now follow closely what I am doing now. I will just add, maybe I think let's start with one subloop here. Let me right click so that it stays at the middle, and for this thing at this center of it, I would like to put my plus symbol. So as you can imagine, or you might have experienced to tackle this kind of model, we basically need to merge loops from this to the plus symbol, but there is a twist to that. Okay, so I will show you how to do it properly so that you don't face any topology or any other issue at later point of time. So before doing that, let me do one thing. As I want to put that plus symbol here, I will show you how to make it correctly and then how to merge it. So how to put a plus symbol here, let's do that. So I want to put it at center of this circle. So what I have to do, I have to take my cursor to the selected. So now it is 3D cursor is there. Let me move to the object mode and add a mesh plane. What I have to do, I have to scale that plane. Let me go to top view. This will be the base of the plus symbol that we will be doing. Okay. So let me just rename it. This plus group I am naming it. Let me correct its scale. Okay. And let's go to edit mode. Next, what I have to do, delete only face so that I am remaining with only the 4 vertex. Okay. Now what you need to do, this trick I learned by doing some experiment. I need to apply bevel. Okay. And you need to press P to change the profile, make it 0. Now move the cursor to cursor one step on so that I can create one more subdivision. Now if I press A, you can see I am able to change the change that with that bevel profile. I am able to convert that circle, that not that circle, that rectangle square shape to a plus. Now I think our job is done. Let me scale it a little bit. Okay, this looks fine, looks like a realistic screw head. And next what I have to do is I need to apply some bevel. So what kind of bevel I will apply? Remember last time if I apply, go to Control B, you will see I think I did incorrect bevel. I had to press Control Shift B for vertex. So that time profile, if you remember, I chose 0. This time it should be 0, it should be 1, and I need to give a some kind of bevel width to it. Okay, so let me 0.01, I think that's good. Maybe 0.02 will also look good. Yeah, or maybe 0.03. I want it to be a bit rounder. Okay, now with that thing done, what I have to do, as it is a kind of odd shape, it will not directly match to the outside circle. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to create circle from here. Now many experienced Blender user know that in order to convert a mesh to a circle, there is a beautiful add-on called Looptools. So if I press N, go to that items, I have this Looptool enabled here. In your case, if you don't have, go to preference, add-on, Looptools. I think it is available by default. Otherwise, you can search in Google, you can find it and install it here. Okay. Now, what you need to do, extrude scale. Just scale it. Then you need to use this loop tool to generate a circle. Now you can see it is oddly placed here. So what I need to do, just scale it. Just scale it. You don't have to do anything fancy. Now you can understand that your job is done. But here you are wrong. With this kind of thing, though it may look harmless, but if I check the face normal, let's verify if our assumption is correct or wrong. So our assumption was correct, right? With this kind of shape, it has generated random face orientation. So what I need to do, let's go to face mode, select all, press Shift N, and it is still showing incorrect. So let me make it inside. Now it looks perfect. I can disable the face orientation now. Now I can select this outer loop, okay, and extrude scale. Now you can see it has created a nice circular loop. Now you can think, okay, this is done. So let's merge it with the original mesh. Okay, let's try to do that. I'm selecting both, press Ctrl J, and now let's do Ctrl E, bridge edge loop. It looks ugly, right? Why it is looking ugly? There is a reason. Let me explain that. This circle, if you see, it says vertex is 36, but here vertex is 32. So that means 4 additional vertices are required. How to do that? So I'll teach you how to do that. Let me select these edges. Now I will select only 4 edges out of it. How to do that? Go to checker deselect and try to increase this deselected value until unless you see 4 edges are selected. Just you can see it, 1, 2, 3, 4 edges got selected. Now what you need to do, just apply Ctrl V. I think I had to apply another loop. Let me quickly do that. Let me expand it a little bit, just to make it uniform. Then again, let me do a checker deselect. This time also 4 edges are selected. Apply Ctrl B to add loop. Now if you look into this, you will see that it has created this kind of sorry, my mistake, edge loops here. And here what I can do now, sorry, it is creating some extra vertex that I don't want. So what I do, make the segment count to 1 because it is creating unnecessary extra vertex. Okay, so let me again reduce it little bit, 0.01 maybe. Now 0.01 is too small. 0.5, yeah, 0.5 looks good to my taste. And if you look at these vertices need to actually merge with this one. Okay, so let me merge it here, merge it here, merge it here, press G and merge it here. Let me Control A, merge by distance. Okay, so there might be some let me see if why it created so many. I should not I should not be, it should not be removing so many vertices, right? Maybe it is scaled down. Okay, now it looks good because it was, as the image size has been scaled down to in centimeter range with a merge distance of 0.01 centimeter, it was considering other my necessary vertices as a candidate for duplicate. Now after doing this, we have seen that it removed only 4 vertex and exactly there were 4 additional vertex. So what I'll do now, we can verify that I have 36 vertices available. I will perform circle operation again so that the vertices get evenly distributed. Now if I select both the thing and perform a bridge edge loop, we will see that it looks nice. Okay, maybe another thing we can try, we can just select the loop's inner region and try to give it a rotation to just align. You don't need to do it, I'm just doing it for better presentation purpose. And let us again verify the face orientation, it looks absolutely fine. And let me select this internal edges for now. Okay, extrude it along Z, let's scale it. Okay, and what I need to do, I need to just apply a bevel here. I think this is okay, it looks fine with this bevel. For this bottom part, what you can do, you can just press F again, like all the time I will check my face orientation. Okay, face orientation is nice. Now sorry, what did I do? Okay, I pressed, by mistake I have hidden that collection. Okay, now you need to insert it a little bit. Okay, let me see if applying grid fill fixes our job or not. No, it is not doing, so I have to do it manually. I'll be quick with this thing. I don't want to bore you guys. Let me try to see if I can join it. Yeah, I am able to join it. Let's join these two vertices. I will fast forward. Okay, so I think we have done a good job out of it. So let me do one thing. Let me enable that subdivision. Okay, looks nice, right? Let me enable that matcap. Wow, looks fantastic, right? By the way, if you want, you can add curvature to it as you like. Later, you can modify it. You can use proportional editing, all the other things that I have taught you in earlier tutorial. Just follow those steps or go back to those old tutorial and try to do that. Okay, so I hope you have learned some very good and nifty tricks. Now I will jump to the next one where I will create the same plus shape with a different approach on a curved surface. Okay, so I'm just, let me duplicate it along X plus groove on curve on sphere, right? Okay, so like last time, I don't need the subdivision at this point. Let me enable that X-ray vision. Let me remove it. Let's take it up to this. Okay, okay. Let me grab the median point and do it, because with individual origin it was not working. Now, like the last time, let me disable the thing and put that cursor to selected. Now, instead of adding circle using proportionality to do that thing, I have found another tricks. So what you can do, you can start by adding a cube to generate that spherical surface. You might be wondering what rubbish I am talking. Okay, just be with me, I will show you. So that cube is now placed at the center of it. Let me scale it. Doesn't matter, just apply the scale. Apply 3 level subdivision by pressing Ctrl 3. Okay, apply it. Now there is another shortcut in Blender called Alt Shift S. Using that you can spherize. I don't know if I spelled correctly. You can make any mesh to spherical shape or near spherical. Okay, so if I just Alt Shift S and move it across cursor to the right hand side, you can see the factor has been 1. It is 2 sphere. That is the operation Alt Shift S to convert it to a sphere. Now, if I go to the front perspective, enable that X-ray vision, what I will do, I will delete the lower part of it. You can see this sphere part has aligned perfectly to the edge of it. That is the reason I put the 3D cursor in the middle of that circle. So I will choose it to 3D cursor, pivot point, and maybe I can do it in the edit mode itself so that I don't have to scale it. Okay, how long I will scale? Yeah, good question. Scale it until it roughly aligns. Okay, I think it is perfect. I really don't need to do much. Now if you compare this kind of screw, you will see it is not, doesn't it look like what it looks like a bulb kind of thing, right? So I'll just scale and Z so that it looks almost okay. Fine. So I think we have done a good job. Scaling is okay. I can just merge these two things. Before merging, let me grab it little bit top, because I doesn't want to be abruptly from there to here. I want to have little room of breathing room for it to join these two objects. Okay. So let me see, this object has all scale and rotation applied. Also this one, let me press Ctrl J and let me try to merge this. Okay. Let's go to edit mode, control E, bridge edge loops. Yeah, looks good. Now, yeah, this orientation is a little bit bad. So what I'll do, I will select the loop inner region, okay, and just rotate it along Z a little bit. I'm pressing shift to align it, okay. Rotate on Z again. I think this is perfect, okay. It will not be visible when we'll apply the other items, okay. Let me apply some loop cuts here. It becomes smooth. This looks perfectly fine. Now I'll start working creating that plus symbol on the top, okay. Now see, plus symbol is basically between this region. Let me go to face mode, press C to circle select, right? But I will not, maybe I can do it like this only. Let's try, okay. um, if I do like this, you see it's kind of tapered like this, okay. Now if you want, you can just sorry, I should have, I I did some mistake. I should have extruded along Z axis, okay, perform another set of inset, and that would have done our job. But if you notice the plus symbol, it is smaller here, then it is become a broader here. If I don't want that, okay, now it is for the next stage that I want it to be perfectly straight line. How to do that? There is a trick to do that. I'll show you. What you need to do between this to this, just pay close attention. I need to select exactly opposite vertices and press, not press join. With the join it might cause problem. Let's try to cut this point, okay. I've seen with joining sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know why. Maybe I need to experiment a bit more, and then maybe I can tell you. But with knife cut, I am seeing that it works perfectly all the time, okay. So this is done. Let me go to edge mode, control E, mark seam so that I don't lose them, okay. Otherwise it will get mixed between all the other edges. I can safely delete them. All the edges are now dissolved. Now you can see I have etched out a perfect plus symbol on the curved surface, and it is not impacting my geometry at all, okay. I think I did one mistake here. One vertex got created here. So let me, oh, okay, look, there are some mistakes. It happened. Let me dissolve this thing. This will remain actually hidden, okay. So it is here. Once I zoomed in, it become obvious, visible to the naked eyes, right? Let me correct it, otherwise later it would have caused so many artifacts. So it is always better to pay close attention to such places where you are cutting any geometry, okay. Now I think we have done a good job. Now let me also mark this as seam, mark this as seam. Why I am applying these seams here, I will show you. It will make your life easy later, okay. These seams I don't need. I should have done clear seam. Now look at this area, okay. By the way, it is always best practice to just merge by distance, check once, okay. This area now guided by that seam. Now how to select this thing? Obviously you can manually do the selection, okay. But being my student, I will show you one trick. If you have a area guided by the same, you just press L. It will automatically select the area which is part of a boundary seam, okay. Now what you need to do is just press I. Remember, I always let me see if something is going on here. Yeah, I'm right. So here I similarly I missed this very edge, okay. So what I'll repeat that process again. I go to face mode, select this thing, and what I'll do, I'll just extrude it a little bit. I mean, not extrude, inset. Okay, and inset I need to enable that edge rail, otherwise it will distort the curvature. Now what you need to do with that individual origin, extrude it along the z axis. Okay, now like last time I can scale it like this and insert it again. Okay, and you see this face is pretty elongated, right? It doesn't have any bevel at this lower angle, and instead of applying bevel here and here lower boundary manually, what I can do, I can insert it again. See, it has created nice boundary loop around this. I'm talking about these two newly created loops. Okay, for them, let's evenly distribute that boundary. Now look at this beauty. Isn't it too good? Right? And let me also enable the matte cap. We always verify. See, no shading artifact, right? Absolutely fine. You can try with this kind of artifact. Wow, no pinching, nothing, right? Fantastic. So I'm concluding my session here. Please like, subscribe, share your feedback. I'll be going through all the comments that you are typing. Till then, I'll come up with some new tutorial idea, maybe some new screw head. I'm becoming screw fanatic nowadays. So hope we meet again. Thank you. Bye.